All right, so I guess this is the last of the Empty House tour updates, which we are about like 3 weeks behind.
Yeah, we got a little caught up in moving and finding apartments.
Turns out moving across the country is kind of stressful, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
Involved. Once we got here, it was like, oh, the dream vacation of tours, like that whole lifestyle's gone.
Yeah. Well, and, like the funny thing, like for us anyway, is like this is literally the 3rd time we've combined touring and moving house. Yeah. And the last time we did that, it was just like, no, we're never doing this again. Like you remember, it was like for It's Got to Be Now. It was like as soon as we finished that tour, it was like, all right, we got to pack up and fucking move.
We had 2 days to like get into the new place. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess technically Exile was like also that.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, we're stupid.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, touring our way across was definitely more ideal than having to like look it all in the van.
But the fact is, we
had
to move as soon as we got here.
Yeah.
But anyway,
every now and then when someone mentions a bad idea we've done in the past, and we're like, now we know not to do that anymore. I'm like, well.
But did you really run that into the ground, though?
Yeah. One more time, for luck.
Just in case it works this time. And to be fair, it did work this one time. Never gonna do that shit again, though.
Cut to 3 years later.
So let's see, where did we leave out? The last one we did was Colorado, which by the time this goes up, the Colorado update will be up. But so after that, we
so we drove from Denver to LA. Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We drove to Albuquerque.
Yeah, so they had moved Bert's down the street, but we ended up going to the original location, and we were like, "Why is no one here?" And it's like, "Oh, because they closed."
Now, right? We thought we had the right one. We knew they'd moved. Anyway, so we got there. Bert's is a tiki bar, so there are tiki drinks and such.
Did you have the margarita?
I had margarita.
Yeah. And I'd say it's like a bar and music venue, kind of in the tradition of like Nashville or New Orleans, where like it's open. It's like an open concept, so people on the street can like see right to the stage and then see them making their like house drinks or whatever to entice them to come in.
Yeah, and there was like a taco truck like right outside, which was
So and those are always really interesting shows to me because it's by necessity of them having designed a space like that. It's not designed to have like a regular like built-in crowd. It's supposed to be like just a revolving door, people coming in like grabbing like the bucket of like whatever, and then leaving. But it was fun. They have a really good sound system there.
Yeah.
It's cool. One night we stayed in a hotel.
That was the one hotel night, which I think is like our 4th hotel night in like 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. We've been real lucky with those.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just so much more. Thank you to everyone who's let us stay.
Yeah.
It's been so much more comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Than staying in a hotel. I mean,
not to mention cheaper.
Not to mention cheaper, and it's like I don't know what that allure of like a hotel room just sort of is not there anymore for me.
Well, I think also like when we say hotel, we're talking motel.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking econo lodge.
Yeah.
It's not like a nice hotel room or anything. So someone's house is obviously much nicer than
exactly. We're not even talking Best Western.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
we did that, and then we did the long drive from Albuquerque to LA.
Albuquerque to LA. So I mean that was like maybe like 12, 13, 14 hours.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there in that range.
I'd say it's like a. If you just did it with like minimal breaks, probably you could do it in like 12 hours.
Right.
So for us, it was like 14.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we like to stop and not be upset.
Right. Well, the thing is too in the minivan, your legs get real cramped.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around helps a lot, and then switching drivers often.
Yeah.
We had this like sort of 2.5 hours on, 2.5 hours off, which really made it easier.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I think we got to LA just before midnight, maybe like 11ish.
Yeah.
Dropped off Chuck in West Hollywood, where he was staying, and then trucked off to El Sereno, where we were staying. And then the next day was the show at El Cis.
That was
Spent the whole day in bed.
Yeah.
Like all of us were just like out. Like, and it's this weird thing where you finally made it to the destination, but you're also not playing a show that night. Like, I almost wish that we'd gotten there on Saturday, so that we'd gotten there and played the show.
Right, like gone straight to the show first.
Gone straight to the show, and then it'd be the thing. But it was like Saturday got there, and I was like, I don't want to move.
Yeah.
For me,
like
in my
exhausted.
mind. Yeah, it's like your body is like, you're here, we're done now, you know?
Yeah.
We're gonna rest for a few days now, you know?
Well, not to mention even just like the sort of subconscious, like emotional and mental toll of, you know, leaving your home of 15 plus years or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not that we're not happy to move, but like, that's...
Now you gotta think about stuff.
There's a bunch happening, yeah.
So yeah, all together at once combined with like having...
Yeah.
And also we're not used to the desert. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I definitely, that definitely took a bit of a toll on me. I just don't drink water often enough knowing that. You know what I mean? I'm still getting used to like...
Yeah, we're big coffee drinkers.
Yeah, so...
Yep.
I'm getting used to
You think this is beer, but... It's
You would be
tequila.
right. Tequila.
Yeah, that was fun. And then, I mean, it was a cool night. And then, you know, Jacob the horse played with us. And we got band.
That was like almost like an entire like audience full of massholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of awesome.
I feel like that was like the third night on tour that my bass rig was a weird problem for people.
Yeah.
I think the lesson is like only I can operate it.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing to me, like watching that, like I felt really bad because like Mark's like super awesome and he dealt with it like pretty well. Like and your cab was like actually like walking while he was playing.
Moving,
But I remember when we played our homecoming show. Like 6 years ago, when we went to Boston, and like at Lizard Lounge, and like your bass like shit the bed, and like Mark, when he's playing with This Blue Heaven, loaned you his bass. So I love to think that you repaid him by like giving him your very like idiosyncratic bass rig.
Remember that time it broke?
Yeah, remember when you did me a favor? Here you go.
That's really funny.
I forgot that it was Mark that loaned me his bass.
That's right.
Well, my favorite thing about that too is like. Because like we were trying to play To Die at Sea, which like bums me out because we had never successfully, to my mind, played it in Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was when we had like a kick-ass version of it.
Right. And that was like the end of that 3-month tour. And we were like on it, right? And like you just slam your bass down on the ground because you're so pissed.
So mad.
And then when Mark gives you his bass, someone just yells, "Break that one too!" And I was just like, oh, I was thinking that. And that'd be the most fucked up thing to do, but it would be funny.
Don't do it, yeah.
If there's some video from that show, I think it'd be fun to cut it in because during that last song we were playing Mark's bass, like because I have to do plug just directly into the PA system. I'm right next to the speaker, and I think I saw like some photos of something later, and I look so fucking angry.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
well, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure we have video, but if we have video of that, we'll display it right over here.
Yeah.
There it is.
And there's a blank space because I'm pretty sure you're wrong. I don't think we have video.
Yeah, Chris March shot video. There's definitely video of that night. I just don't know specifically.
Of me. Well, no, yeah.
Of that.
No, it'd be kind of an odd choice actually. Be like, hey, look at the really displeased person.
But it is Chris March, so I'm
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Like Charles was like super mad.
And actually, we should tell the beer story.
Oh yeah.
But so so we finished the gig, and I didn't even had like a drink all night or anything, and I was kind of like, I just want like one beer to like settle in, and we had like half burritos waiting at home from earlier in the day, and we were like, wait a second, I think you can buy beer here. It's like 1:30.
Yeah. Oh, this is the best.
I think we can buy beer though.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I still actually don't know the answer to this question about like when it is legally not allowed.
I'm pretty sure it's still 2. Like the same as the bars, but you can actually go in and buy.
Just like beer at like gas. Okay, so it was like 1:30, so I went in the gas station.
Well, it was like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
better. It wasn't even a gas station.
Just a convenience.
Yeah, but like the collective like realization of like, man, I wish we could buy beer, and then like 30 full seconds passed, and we were like, wait a minute.
And so we're just driving out, and we're in the car, and I'm like, well, that's a 7-Eleven. They're definitely going to have beer. If like you have beer in non-liquor places, it's going to be at a 7-Eleven. So we pull in, we're like, so we're gonna make this happen?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just kind of looking around, like.
So I pop out, and full disclosure, like I already had like a few. So I walk in, and like it's pretty busy in there actually. So I just run and grab some beer anyway, and like I turn around and like I'm looking at the prices, and there's like an 18 rack that's like the same price as the 12 rack. I'm like, well, I'm not a sucker. So I grab the 18 pack of like Modelo, and I turn around, and this guy's just staring at me for some reason. I'm like, oh, do you guys sell beer? And then he cuts me off and he goes, of course. And I was like, I meant right now. And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what I've done to this guy. Like,
Yeah, it must have been like, because I remember, like, to my mind, anyways, like you were just in and out. So like the entire interaction must have been like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Is he seriously
funny.
right when I was saying? I guess I was saying it really slowly, but he was.
Yeah.
I was like, do you guys sell beer here? He's like, of course.
He was like, more drunk people coming in.
Yeah,
here.
god damn it.
oh fuck.
I thought that was really good.
So we have Modelo and the rest of our burritos, and that was like pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Definitely good thing saving that burrito.
Yeah.
and then Chuck continued his vacation with Natasha
Yep.
at the end of it, and you went
And
back to
then-
Boston for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
One day we went apartment hunting, like straight away.
Hooray!
But
Which
we
this
got-
is
this
our,
is the
our
place. This is Jen Henry's place. We got this within
Um,
the week. Like we had signed the lease on Saturday.
Yeah.
Moved in on Monday.
Well, the funny.
Loud HQ Hollywood.
Yeah. Right by the fucking Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
It's
weird. And
absurd.
then we pulled up and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah, it's
like.
like no fucking way, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How was your time in Boston?
Yeah.
I didn't like ask you about that.
Oh yeah, it was fine. It was really just I had to finish up some edits and like a little mixing on the like leaf cutter thing I was doing. Fixing like just random shit around the house. Fix the
Right.
gate, fix the bathroom door.
Right.
Getting ready for the movers. Yeah, getting like property management shit done.
Yeah.
Really-
Just a bunch of errands. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So it was really nice. It was really nice to actually spend more time with Kim. So
Yeah.
nothing really much to report. I didn't get to. I don't know. I kept trying to like with Chuck actually. When we were leaving, I was like, oh yeah, totally. I'll be there for like 3 weeks. We can totally
Yeah.
find some time to get a beer. Didn't happen. I managed to see like 6 people.
Right.
before I left.
But you're still doing all this work.
Yeah.
And then they all have day jobs and stuff too. So it's like on the weekends, it's like. How many like meetups can we cram in, and then they've all got other stuff planned.
Yeah, well, like the last like 2-3 weeks that we were there was the same thing where we were.
Yeah.
You think like like to us anyway, because we're basically just doing this like, just like all right, there's plenty of time. But then you realize like plenty of time actually means like a total of like 6 days maybe.
Yeah.
With like 20-30 people.
Exactly.
Like,
And they all like no one wants to do like a mass meetup,
Yeah.
They want because they're your close friends and they want to have like some
Right.
actual FaceTime, but it's just not practical.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
here
yeah.
we are.
So
Here we
yeah,
are.
so
We got a couple more gigs.
Actually next
Petaluma and
week.
San Francisco. So maybe we can squeeze a couple more updates before we have to give this camera back to Jonah at Acid VR.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
by the
very
way.
much for lending us this camera.
Big time.
We'll probably give it back when we play San Francisco. But yeah, no, that was really cool. And to like,
I
this
gotta
camera
say, actually, like, especially, I know this sounds like a totally scripted ad, but like, it's looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like even just
Yeah.
on like the shots, like in low light and everything, it's super easy to use, and it like, I don't know, the wireless like connection to just to your phone is like always a really So like,
Totally.
it's, I don't know.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah. No,
Full disclosure, I haven't used a lot of 360 cameras, so I don't know. But this one is like really easy to use, and it's like I don't know, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it was really cool because like we've been doing like video updates and shit for years, like with YouTube, and like at a certain point you get to be like, okay, I don't know what it is about like just regular video stuff, like, but after a while it's just like, okay, we're at a gig and we're doing this, and eventually there are only like 5 different stories that you tell, like the masturbator, the gig, the hotel, the fun time, the bad time.
But also like,
and like
for like a weird like psychological thing, like having a camera like pointed at you. That,
Yeah.
like, you see like moving from person to person to get like
Right,
perspective shots.
right.
It's
Yeah.
somehow extremely unnerving if it's supposed to be like you're just trying to have like a conversation about like what happened.
Right,
So
right.
this is actually like a really nice
Especially when,
element.
like we're
Yeah.
not professionals, and like
Yeah.
obviously it would
Yeah.
be intrusive rather than like someone who's done this a lot. It wouldn't be. Like,
Yeah, exactly,
So
yeah.
doing it on our own, this makes it.
Yeah,
really
and
easy.
you know, and like to that point too, there's like the fun thing from like the other end of it that like, you know, I mean, I guess you're sitting on a table right now,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. It's like, you know, if you, whether you got like the the goggles or just using your phone, like it's kind of neat that like you can actually just kind of be in the van or be,
Yeah.
and the van stuff was like my favorite because it's just
Yeah.
like you're just eating shit with us, like
Yeah.
you know, bullshitting and having incredibly wrong factoids about songs, which did happen, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah, like there was some stuff that like, you know, we were saying with like certainty about certain things that like I looked it up later and I'm like, oh, that's actually wrong.
Oh, well then yeah, that's exactly like.
subtitles on those be like actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but actually, yeah. Maybe we can get, now that we're in Hollywood, we can get Ron Howard to narrate it. But regardless, no, it was really cool, and like, you know, again, thanks to
It's been
everyone at
awesome.
SNVR for
Absolutely.
loaning this to us, and
And next week again we'll play more shows, and you know we're settling in.
Oh, thank you, Ghost.
thank you, Chuck.
Ghost.
We miss you, Chuck. We love you.
Well, that makes me sad because that means Chuck is dead.
Every time.
But he's in
we
LA
play,
now,
one
so-
side, you know?
That's true. Like, oh yeah, don't worry about the no one behind the drum set. That's just our ghost drummer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so things are cool.
Yeah,
And, and Charles scored an apartment in a couple days. High five.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yukasha.
Movers will be here soon.
Get
so
the
they'll
fuck
be
out of my
like-
house.
All these empty shelves will have stuff on them.
Yeah.
So
There's
we're
gonna be a
ready
bunch
to
of
do
boxes for a little bit.
it. right, right.
Yeah,
Of course,
so-
I'm immediately leaving for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so yeah, what we got next? We got a couple gigs in Petaluma and San Francisco with Young Mister and Greg Hoy, and presumably returning this lovely camera, and
Right.
we're just gonna keep fucking
Trucking along.
trucking along, man.
See you later.
So, see ya.